Number 1. The one time I used Craigslist, I ended up trapped in a stranger's basement, and what I found down there still haunts me. I've only used Craigslist once, just once, and I regret it more than anything. A guy had posted a ping-pong table for cheap, and I figured it'd be fun for me and my roommate. We messaged back and forth, agreed I'd come by that night to pick it up. I even removed the back seats from my truck to make space. I pulled up outside his house, texted "I'm here," and saw the front door creak open. He was standing in the doorway, tall, older, wearing this old hoodie and faded jeans. I stepped out and did a little speed walk toward him, going in for a handshake. He didn't take it. Maybe he didn't see it. I lowered my hand awkwardly. His voice was deep and raspy smoker's voice. He nodded and said, "Ping-pong tables in the basement." Come on. The house smelled weird. Not bad, exactly. More like a mix of old smoke and cheap fabric softener. Faintly sweet, faintly wrong. We got to the basement, and there it was. A full-sized ping-pong table, set dead center in the room. I was about to thank him when he said, "Shoot forgot the paddles. Wait here, I'll be right back." He ran up the stairs, and I was left alone. For a while. Number 2. When I opened the drawer in his basement, I found Polaroids that made me sick. That's when I knew I had to get out. I waited 10 minutes, maybe more. Still no sign of him. I figured he'd misplaced the paddles or something, but it was taking way too long. So yeah, I snooped. There were framed pictures on tables down there, but they were all just of him. Alone. No wife, no kids. Nothing. Except for one photo with a dog. Something about it felt. Staged. At the back of the basement was a little laundry/storage room. A utility desk sat in the corner, one drawer half open. I pulled it the rest of the way. Inside were old Polaroids. I picked one up and I swear my breath stopped. A girl tied to a chair, duct tape over her mouth, her eyes swollen from crying. Another photo. Same girl, different angle. Same tape, same chair. These weren't fake. They weren't art. They were real, raw, disturbing. Beside the photos were yellow folders stacked alphabetically, A to Z. I didn't want to know what was in them. I reached for my phone to snap some pics to send to someone, anyone, but I had no signal. That's when I decided I needed to leave. I ran to the stairs, heart pounding, and tried the door. Locked. Then I heard him, his voice on the other side of the door. "Sorry, must have locked it by accident. I'll go grab the key real quick." I didn't say a word. I just stared at the door and realized I might not make it out. Number 3. Trapped in the basement, no service, no exit. I knew I had seconds before something terrible happened. I examined the keyhole, old rectangular style. I ran back down the stairs, straight to utility desk. Grabbed 3 screwdrivers, smallest one first. I jammed it into the keyhole and turned. Click. It opened. I didn't look back, didn't listen, didn't wait for him to come back. I bolted to my truck, heart pounding out of my throat, and peeled away. Only after I was a few blocks out did I realize I was still holding one of the Polaroids. I drove straight to the nearest police station. I gave them everything, photos, the address, descriptions, the folders. They launched an investigation the same night. 3 days later, I got a call. The man had been arrested. He was running some kind of child pornography ring on the deep web. That house? They said it was one of several. Why he locked me down there, why he left me alone with those pictures. I don't want to know what he planned to do. All I know is I never used Craigslist again. And now every time I smell fabric softener, I gag. Number 4. I thought it was over when they arrested him. I was wrong. 3 weeks after the police raid, my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't answer, but then I heard his voice. "You missed one," he whispered. My blood turned to ice. They had him in custody. How was he calling me? Then he said 2 words that made my stomach drop. The basement. I rushed back to the police station, demanding answers. The detective's face went pale. "That's impossible," he said. "That man hasn't spoken a word since his arrest. The man in custody wasn't the one I saw in that house. But when they pulled up his file, the photo wasn't right." The detective played me the security footage from the interrogation room. The man behind the glass turned slowly toward the camera and smiled. "We lost contact with the prison an hour ago," the detective said. Then the screen cut to static. My phone buzzed again. A text. "You should have checked the walls." Number 5. The smell of fabric softener make me sick now. But then I started noticing it everywhere. At the grocery store, in my car, even on my pillow when I woke up gasping at 3 a.m. I told myself it was trauma, PTSD, my brain playing tricks. Until I found the note tucked into my mailbox. "You left something behind." I tore my apartment apart, looking for anything out of place. Nothing. Then, as I sat on the floor, shaking, I saw a tiny smudge on my bedroom wall. I pressed my hand against it. The plaster crumbled like wet paper. Behind it, a Polaroid. Me, sleeping. The date on the photo, last night. I didn't call the cops this time. I packed a bag, got in my truck, and drove without stopping. But when I pulled into a motel hours later, the clerk frowned at me. "You're the second guy tonight asking for a room," he said. I froze. What did the other guy look like? The clerk shrugged. "Same as you? Smelled like laundry." I hope you enjoyed these stories. Don't miss the next one. Smash the subscribe button to be one of the first to know when a new story is out. Thank you for watching. Till next video, goodbye.